This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
Good evening. We are now in the third night of protests after 2 nights of violent unrest in the wake of the grand jury decision not to indict a police officer for shooting an unarmed teenager. Chris Van Cleve has been following the events and joins us now live in Ferguson, Missouri. Chris, what's the latest?
Well, Ariana, we definitely continued to see demonstrations tonight, but they were smaller and more peaceful than the last 2 nights, and perhaps that was due to the weather. We've seen snow, we've seen sleet, we've seen cold temperatures, or perhaps it was because of the more than 2,200 National Guardsmen on the streets. But for people living in Ferguson, tonight is a relief. Molly Rogers is painting words she hopes become truth. Her canvas, plywood covering the windows of a Ferguson business steps from City Hall.
I've been out here as much as I can, just trying to spread love, because that's really what's going to help it, I think. We all just need to listen and understand each other. Her message, love will win, comes in stark contrast to the violent demonstrations this week after the grand jury decided not to indict police officer Darren Wilson for the killing of 18-year-old Michael Brown.
A lot of things that have happened that I don't necessarily condone, but I understand. And the rage is real, and people have a right to be angry.
The difference in Ferguson is literally day and night. During the day, it's calm. Families are out helping clean up the damage here. At night, the mood changes in downtown Ferguson. The National Guard is in place. They are in riot gear protecting the Ferguson Police Department. A much smaller group of demonstrators have lined up across the street. There remains a strong police presence in Ferguson, but the demonstrations have spread well beyond this Missouri town. In downtown Los Angeles Wednesday night, protesters blocked intersections. Black Lives Matter! And in London, a protest was held outside the U.S. Embassy. The parents of Michael Brown appeared on CBS this morning.
We continue to ask for calm, and we continue to get out there and protest with them in a peaceful manner.
Brown's family may pursue a wrongful death lawsuit, and the Justice Department is continuing its civil rights investigation. Earlier today, we saw demonstrations in St. Louis that resulted in a handful of arrests, and tonight, a group of demonstrators who were congregating in front of the Ferguson Police Department marched about 8 blocks down the street. They blocked traffic for 10 to 15 minutes. When police arrived, they dispersed peacefully. We have not heard about any arrests in Ferguson tonight. Ariana?
Now, Chris, as we head into the Thanksgiving holiday, are there reports of National Guard maybe leaving, or really these protests kind of ramping down? Or is it going to kind of continue just on as it's been going?
Well, we saw fewer numbers today, and likely the weather, the fact that the Thanksgiving holiday is tomorrow, were factors in that. Also, some time has passed since that decision came down. But they're already talking about a boycott of malls starting on Friday. The demonstrators are encouraging people to not shop and instead calling for a weekend of action. So it is certainly possible we will see more activity in the coming days.
Interesting. Okay, that was Chris Van Cleve reporting live from Ferguson. Of course, we will continue to follow this story as it develops in the days and weeks ahead. We will have the latest information tomorrow morning on Channel 2 News This Morning, starting at 4:30 a.m., as well as on CBS This Morning, beginning at 7.